May 1997. Shell Offshore's Spirit platform jacket proceeds on an aggressive fabrication schedule at Aker Gulf Marine's yard in Ingleside, Texas. To be installed in 723 feet of water, the structure's final form was shaped by an integrated team of designers, fabricators, and installation engineers. At a minimum, the Spirit jacket had to support simultaneous drilling and production facilities exerting a force of approximately 8,500 tons and hurricane force topsides loads of 7,500 tons. Installation characteristics had to accommodate both site conditions and the capabilities of marine construction barges available in the Gulf of Mexico. Shell evaluated a total of 6 options, including tripods, lifted and launched jackets, before choosing a highly battered, launched configuration weighing 9,500 tons. The pronounced batter or slope of the jacket legs provided added stiffness and strength with minimal weight and permitted piles to be driven at an angle that avoided a problematic layer of claystone below the seabed in this location. To further reduce steel requirements, yet provide the strength needed for launching, a parallel depth launch truss was employed. Mud mats are nowhere to be seen on the finished jacket. Instead, leveling piles will be used to reduce costs, shorten the fabrication schedule, and eliminate the risk of leveling the jacket in very soft soil conditions. As jacket fabrication proceeded in Texas, topsides fabrication was underway at Universal Fabricators Yard in New Iberia, Louisiana. Designed by Keystone Engineering, the deck supports a large API drilling rig on the main deck and production equipment integrated into the lower decks. Quarters will accommodate 8, but the facility will normally be operated by only 2 people. Design capacity is 150 million cubic feet per day of gas, 4,700 barrels per day of condensate, and 8,000 barrels per day of water treatment. As jacket fabrication nears completion with a major bent lift, the project's proportions are becoming clear. Spirit will be Shell's deepest 4-leg fixed platform, some 150 feet taller than the Shell building in downtown New Orleans. Ready for loadout, the 740-foot-plus jacket has been completed in a little over 1 year's time. That Aker Gulf Marine could meet this aggressive schedule is a credit not only to the fabricator, but to Shell Project Management. All project expectations, roles, and responsibilities had been clearly defined, and cost and schedule tightly controlled. On-time release of design drawings and delivery of Shell-supplied materials sped the process, and design changes were held to an absolute minimum for both jacket and facilities. On Sunday, June 7, 1998, the Spirit jacket begins the tow-out to Viosca Knoll Block 780 in the Gulf of Mexico, approximately 75 miles offshore Louisiana. At the site, Harrima's dual-crane derrick barge Balder stands by. And now comes the moment of truth. Many months of effort and millions of dollars are at stake as the launch begins. lessons of previous projects have been well learned. Thanks to extensive pre-testing of the jacket's flooding system by Shell's fabrication site team and AGM, the structure floats as it should. Now, installers will bring the jacket upright with controlled flooding, and work will continue as planned. With the derrick barge's assistance, the jacket is placed on the pre-installed leveling piles using docking porches fabricated to match previously surveyed positions. The leveling piles were installed in April 1997 by the Balder. Like the Salsa jacket that immediately preceded it, Spirit is secured with piles swaged to the jacket pile sleeves by an 84-inch diameter Hydrolock tool. Spirit and Salsa pile sleeves were fabricated from many short, heavy wall cans, but for future projects, Shell is considering machining pile sleeves in a single piece. June 29, 1998. After a little more than a year in fabrication, Spirit platform topsides are fully commissioned and ready to move offshore. Throughout the fabrication process, at both Universal Fabricators and at AGM, Shell Site Quality Assurance was on hand to assure that all Shell specifications were met. Shell Site Safety teams were active as well. Ultimately, the entire platform will be built with only 2 recordables and no lost time accidents as a result of the site team's strong support of the contractor's safety programs. The transportation barge is readied for loadout. Topsides are pulled onto the barge on greased skids. After waiting 2 days on tropical weather near shore, the Spirit topsides sailed from Unifab on Monday morning, June 29th. The tow to the Spirit site took approximately a day and a half. At the Viosca Knoll site, Herrema's Balder will set the deck on top of the supporting jacket. Sea fastenings are cut away. Studded with lights powered by its own generators, the Spirit deck is installed on the night of June 30th, 1998. A new island of light. Installation of the Spirit platform and H&P 100 drilling rig was completed on July 3rd, and development drilling began July 25th. Despite 4 major storms in the Gulf, initial production began on September 22, 1998. Production from the first well quickly ramped up to 50 million standard cubic feet of gas per day and 1,500 barrels of condensate. Oil and gas are exported via a 16-inch gas sales pipeline and an 8-inch oil sales pipeline. Provisions were made during topsides design to cost-effectively add the necessary oil treating and testing facilities in the event that oil reserves are found during drilling. Also, provisions have been included on the jacket for future subsea production from prospects in the area. To the credit of Shell Project Management and the entire project team, Spirit came in roughly $1.5 million under budget and 8 days ahead of schedule. Over its projected life, the platform is expected to economically produce some 30 million barrels of oil and gas equivalent. Another success story for Shell and testimony to the creative power of an integrated project team.